There is nothing for me in this life but pure awakening. There's nothing else to do. So I'm here just stood staring at the fucking sun.
Warning, this video does not violate community guidelines. This is an educational documentary created strictly for harm reduction purposes. We do not glorify the use of legal or illegal psychoactive substances and are not responsible for any misuse. Thank you, stay safe.
There is nothing to do. Deeper and deeper going within, there's nothing to do. Ever. There's nothing else to do in this life. And what I'm talking is like the end of all realizations. There is nothing else to realize. And that's it. It is absolutely crazy. Pure awakening. I'm just seeing like pure geometry. What I'm facing right now is the end. This is it. And this is all it will ever be. And there's nothing I can do about that. It's like this deep, never-ending, existential, super mindful 369 I'm seeing everywhere. It's so bizarre. It's the absolute end of all realizations. Absolute awakening. God realization, and that's it. So ultimately, this is it. And there's nothing else to do. So it's very deep and painful, to be honest. But the light transcends that, ultimately. You can't unsee it. It is the truth, and it's there waiting to be seen by everyone. And the people who won't listen to what I'm saying, you're ignoring the truth. You all fail to see the bigger picture. I have a lot to say, and the people who want to listen will listen. Very rare people you find these days. For some reason, the society is very poisonous, and it will just strip you of your true nature and your true self. The immense beauty of everything I cannot even describe. I would sit out here and watch this for fucking days. Hello everybody, welcome to Psychedelic Experience of Shrooms. Please watch this video if you want to do anything serious with your life and go within. I have value to bring forth, trust me, I'm speaking better ways, so please listen to this video. I've had multiple psychedelic experiences in a row amongst thick meditation, and I'll be trying to lay the groundwork for my channel. I really want to bring people together. Trust me, there is no beauty. This is ultimate fucking beauty. And nothing feels better but to stand here and to absolutely let go. There is no room for addictions or anything in my life at all. I've completely turned away from my old ways. Absolutely. There's nothing else for me but enlightenment. There's a pursuit of awakening in everybody's life. I'm talking to you. You need to get rid of everything. All of your addictions, all this baggage we carry around is nothing. Go within and you will find this stillness, pure being, pure consciousness, and there's nothing else. This is what I'm all about. For me, there's nothing in life but to fathom the beauty of life. Existence is so beautiful and I cannot express it enough. People say, oh, what are you about? Oh, that's gay. Fuck off. There's so much beauty in everything. And there's nothing for me to do ultimately in life but to sit and appreciate everything. And then I'll just fade out eventually and die. There is ultimately nothing else in this life for me. I want to be in nature. I want to sit in silence. I don't need addictions and I won't waste no time anymore. I've completely turned back on my old ways. I'm 100% pursuing enlightenment and there's nothing else for me. And I don't think there is anything else for anybody else ever. Ultimately, it will go to enlightenment as a whole, the bigger picture, the ultimate path for everyone, no doubt. You don't need to obsess over it, but it's a very good foundation and groundwork for your life. Ultimately, that's where the deep shit is. If you can't ground yourself with the facts of reality, then ultimately you'll end up in misery. Physical shit will start happening to you and you will just feel absolutely lost. So there is nothing to do but awaken, and it is the ultimate truth. Whatever you're going on about, everything you think your life is about, it doesn't matter. This transcends everything. Ultimate God realization, that's what this is. Thing is, I don't know a single person who will care. I might know a few people, but most people haven't got it within them to turn it back on their ways. You haven't got to do this, but the thing is, underneath your mundane life, there's this misery and this urge to get the fuck up and to do something. So what are you gonna do at the end of the day? You're gonna get the fuck up? Are you gonna try and make something of yourself, appreciate the beauty, meditate, or are you just gonna distract yourself with your phone and shit and just waste your life? People just live in thick misery and I can't deal with it. The people who know what I'm talking about and go within, meditate and do the deep shadow work and all this sort of shit, you know exactly what I'm on about. All the other people who turn it away, you don't have the patience to go within. You can't sit down for an hour. You can't get rid of all of your addictions. You know exactly what I'm on about. Even the people who don't want to listen, you know exactly what I'm fucking on about. What do? You fucking watch Netflix and you fill yourself off with drugs all fucking day. Your body's exhausted, you don't even know what is going on physically. But this hasn't got to completely consume you. Yes, you can do other things, you can enjoy video games, but ultimately the core of it all for me is the greater being, the metaphysical and the mystery of life. It's just everything to me. And there's no room for depression or anything in my life, ever. Because I know I'm just amongst this great whole of existence. And there's nothing so empowering but to be standing out here being happy, healthy and strong and just breathe the fresh air. I could sit up here for hours. This is what the psychedelic experience does. It brings reality forth. Your sober thinking mind is always ready to do something. But under that, there's this stillness, this constant flow of reality. That is what I'm really trying to grasp. You won't grasp it, it will just flow through you as energy, and then it will just disappear into infinity. And there's nothing more to do than to be mindful and to sit in infinite silence. That's it. And that is how you can sort of grasp existence. People need a general metaphysical approach to life. We need to be aware of the fact that we're just in this matrix and we have no idea what's going on. What we failed to do as humans, we don't see the present moment. There's nothing else to do, ultimately. This is it. Your body and the now. Your senses, this is it. It's very fucking painful. There's nothing else to fucking do in life but pure awakening. And it's endless. People do not understand. And it is so painful. Trust me, you will have to get rid of everything that you are. No ego, no nothing, no desire, no fucking nothing. And you will be left completely groundless. There's nothing, ultimately. There's absolutely nothing to hold on to. No self, no ego, no desire, no nothing. There's a few people that will know what I'm on about. So yesterday I took 3 grams of mushrooms. It was very insightful. It was a contrast between my thinking mind and the present moment. The present moment is the true essence of awakening. Everything else is a distraction. If you want to talk about any drama or relationships and stuff like that, that's all distraction. It's day 2 now. I'm gonna weigh my psilocybin because today is my final trip for a long time, as circumstances in my life are changing, which does not leave room for psychedelics. Testing out the scales. 3.5, that is how much a penny should weigh. I'm feeling super good today. I've been meditating, eating good. Now I'm gonna cham down on 5 grams. Why is everything so beautiful all the time? This is why I wanted to do this. Because I can't get enough of the nature. Look at the birds, man. Look at the sun. Nothing compares to my love for the sun. I've always loved the sun. It's so beautiful. Probably doesn't look so beautiful to you guys. She's a good girl. Whenever I try to do anything like this, I get interrupted by my physical surroundings, which is why set and setting is so important. Whatever, who cares? Well, what I'm saying is, there's all this thinking, and then there's the present moment, which just eliminates everything. And that is when the experience really opens up. Oh, Luna, you having a shit? Nice. All this stuff that I'm just thinking about normally, which is honestly quite emotional of just what I'm going to do in my life. I don't know. I feel lost. So there's the present moment which eliminates all of this, but at the same time, there's a problem with that. I do have these problems that I need to succumb. Like, I don't want to still spend my day to day in a place I don't want to be. So I have got to get a way out of that. But I've also just got to stay grounded and be happy with what I have now and work on something. Unless you just decide to ultimately be present and realize that none of these problems really matter. All of this ultimately is nothing to think about. Because it's so beautiful out here. Isn't it, Lude? I need to turn amongst the nature more in this video. I don't want to be like this the whole video. Wow, it looks so beautiful. I know that reality is so full of pain and beauty and like, wow, it's just beautiful. The whole thing is just absolutely beautiful. Isn't it, baby? This stuff is worth thinking about in terms of like, I've got to ground myself financially, but ultimately it all just comes to the present moment and there's nothing really outside of this experience. And when I take that into account, all of these problems disappear. Literally all of them. Here it is. You love it here. She doesn't want to go. Sorry, baby. It's very painful that there's nothing else to do in this life, really, but to awaken. There's nothing here, and there never will be, but this stillness. But it's so beautiful, and it is literally everything. Infinite consciousness. And this is what this all is. This is all mind. This is God. Reality is God. There is nothing to do but for reality to realize itself over and over again. There is nothing outside of mind. Everything is an infinite field of consciousness. You think you're just a... People, wake the fuck up. I don't really fuck with anybody at this point who isn't about the pure essence. People thinking they're bad man and stuff, it's just ridiculous. Like, who are you trying to prove? There's nobody to perform to. You're alone. If you're a road man thinking you're hard, that's bullshit. If you're a businessman or whatever, all this ego, get rid of all of it. You're nothing. You don't even exist. It's so mad. People will just bury themselves. All I see is distraction from the pure essence of being. Any emotional, anything that you're going through, whatever, it all comes back to this, and it is absolute truth. God realization is nothing but the essence. So yeah, people people want to throw facts at me and come at me with their reasoning. What I'm talking about is absolutely beyond all of it. So I haven't really got time for people who bury themselves in distraction, who are all about pleasure. I'm beyond all of that. Hopefully I can find these people eventually. I don't know why they're so rare. No one knows what's going on, but no one faces it. I can't not face the truth. Underneath all the covering up, you'll be suffering still. So it's the best thing you can do is face it. You need to go within and have deep awakenings. Mental problems that people have is all to be resolved. I know what I know now, and it is absolute truth. The thing is, when I'm sober, I'll be picking apart everything I'm saying here and being like, oh, that doesn't really make any sense. But I know in the present moment now, being amongst all this, there is nothing else. So I'm gonna go walk amongst nature, watch the birds and watch the fucking trees swaying around, because there's nothing more empowering. So I will find these few people that know what I'm on about. Those are the only people who I fuck with. Ultimately, my goal is now I just gotta be sustainable with the planet. Save like fuck, buy some land, to learn to grow and be one with nature. I can't rely on the system, because the system is nothing. What everyone does though, everyone's relying on the system, and then one day it will crash. And I'm talking like 50 years from now. We'll run out of water, shit like that, and then what? We're all fucked. We're not at the end of it. We think we're all civilized. No, we're fucking not. This will all break down, and it will be our children who have to deal with that. Shit's gonna flood. The world leaders, you need to sustain the planet organically, and that is it. There's no other goal. People are so fucking thick. It's absolutely ridiculous to try to do anything else. All the shit that we do with society and that is honestly just a disgusting mess. We're literally a disease. These politics and shit. Boris and these people, they're literally like robots. They're like so poisoned. I don't get it. And stuff like the yeah, that's fine, but ultimately it's like, people, you need to face your health and death. You can't just run away from it. You can if you want. I will not get this badge because I don't know what it is. Yeah, the facts say it's whatever, but people have just made this weird shit and now I'm gonna get it injected. No thanks. Fuck that. I don't know what it is. I don't really want to talk about the badge here, but my views on it overall, if you don't want it, you shouldn't have to get it, and it doesn't really matter why. I don't really have a reason. I just don't want it because the information around it is a little bit confusing. I'd rather just not take part in the whole thing, and that's it. And just something I thought while I was editing, if you all think this is not the way, and the way that I'm talking here is minimizing, simplifying, and your guys' arguments will be, no, you should get the badge, and then you should get a passport, and then you should isolate for 10 days, take a test every 3 days. If you want to do this, then make sure you download the app. The whole way the world operates is completely backwards. The way that I'm approaching this is from a simple way, minimizing everything, because we don't need all this shit. What we're doing is we're forever complexifying everything. It's not hard to see that we're not going in the right direction. Don't come at me with your arguments of, you all need to get the badge, unless of course you can't get the badge because you have an illness. Everyone else needs to get the badge. If they get the badge, they need to isolate and shit like that. It's like, you're overcomplicating everything, and this is what the entire world is built on. Everything's on paper, and then on this bit of paper there's a million details about the specifics of everything, because everything is so politically correct. We don't need any of this. It's time to go back to the simple ways. Eating good food, being mindful, all this stuff that we've done here, we don't need it. So I don't like the argument of disagreeing with this, and then your solution is to bring in loads of models of forever complexifying things with a million nuances. Do you not see the problem with that? It's hard to explain. Everything I'm explaining here as a phenomenon with all this spiritual stuff is unexplainable, but you can experience it. It's literally beyond words, which doesn't help, but there is a truth and you can access it, but you have to really go within. Stop brushing things off to the side because it's difficult. People are stupid, man. All this mind is like the worst thing. Thinking is just not good. Well, it is, but there's nothing ultimately but the present moment overcomes all of it, unless you're like literally in physical pain. But any mental shit, it all dissolves at the present moment. So that is the solution. I hate this place. See, I was out in the trees and that, and now I'm here. It's just miserable. Everything you need is within you. Psychedelics help to fuel awakenings, definitely. The deepest awakenings are within thick meditation and probably psychedelics, yeah. I can't get enough of sitting amongst here. Please, people, follow my work. There is very few rare people who will get rid of everything, but I will find those few people. There's nothing else but awakening. I don't fucking need any of it. I'm completely letting go into reality. There's nothing so beautiful. I'm completely letting everything just flow through me. People, there's nothing to argue with. I'm telling you, there's nothing to lose a grasp on. People think, oh, you're gonna take loads of mushrooms and you're gonna lose a grasp on reality, but there is no reality. We made a society so that you have to be like structured, but there's nothing ultimately to lose a grasp on in reality. You are within it. There's nothing wrong with psychedelics. There's nothing to lose grip with in reality. It's just energy. That's it. It's just energy. So there's nothing to lose a fucking grip with, and nobody knows anything ever, really. The only thing you can try to do is preach better ways. I'm trying to awaken within you the greatest feeling feeling of all. You literally become one with reality, and it is so great amongst anything you can ever fathom. Listen, what I'm fucking saying is not about me. There's nothing to argue with. So if you want to awaken, I can take anybody on the path to enlightenment. Trust me, I can show you absolute truth, and you won't be able to deny it. I can take you to no shit, real time, one-on-one, telepathy, present moment, intertwining frequencies, pure consciousness. I can take you. The options there. I have the key, the ultimate. I have found it. I think people should probably dabble in psychedelics, the present moment, and meditation, because it's all approaching life from egoless perspective. I'm now just staring at the ceiling, or I could honestly do forever. And there's nothing I can do now but to sit with this knowledge. I'm literally facing death. It's ridiculous. Why do people not do this? Anything you're about, trust me, it all boils down to this. Yes, it's painful, but there's overwhelming love that comes with this knowledge. Everything is love from the deepest level. People just try to run away from the truth. And the truth is, some of us are thankfully not going to face these things, but the depths of misery are fucking deep. You'll end up running out of food in a fucked up mental health state, and then you'll just fade out. That is the hard reality, and people just run away from that. What I'm about is embracing that. There's nothing you can do but to face the deep pain head on. The light transcends the pain 100%. The good thing about this experience is I'm absolutely grounded in what I know now, so it doesn't matter what life throws at me. I'm grounded, and this is what people lack. People lack the foundations, and this is why spiritual stuff and mindfulness is so important. People don't know how to center themselves, so you've got to go within and face these demons. You brush your teeth to maintain your teeth. You need to meditate in that to maintain your mind. I honestly don't want to go in, but I've got Luna with me. Everything's just flowing with such immense beauty. That is definitely very therapeutic, watching that on psychedelics, going up to the trees, watching the beauty unfold. I need to come back up here. This is where some of the greatest shit is to be experienced. I had such an amazing trip up here before on LSD, where I just sat and watched the beauty for hours. The world is just so alive and breathing. Psychedelics always help you see the bigger picture. Everything turns into nothing but the bigger picture. I want to be minimalist. Being in the present moment, that's already enough for me. I don't need any of this other shit. I don't need a missus. I don't need like a kid on the way or nothing like that. I need to become grounded amongst myself before I then maybe would have a kid in the future. The ultimate goal is just get rid of all this baggage. Not this baggage, just in my general life, so that I can just ground myself and then maybe do some spiritual work. That's what I really find has deep meaning. If you decide to go down the path of being spiritual or questioning your fundamentals about what you believe, ultimately it all just dissolves and you don't know what the fuck you are in the end. Being spiritual and stuff is not easy, especially on psychedelic experiences. I feel so much deep pain a lot of the time, especially from the outside world. I see everyone I know. I don't care what you're doing and whose fault it is or whatever. I just know under the surface of all of that is your core emotions. I think what we all try to do is shed all this baggage we accumulate in our life. And everywhere I look, there's just people buried in the misery, their daily life. Yes, it's okay, but in general, people don't know what the fuck to do. You can't breathe. This is what I'm trying to do. Ground myself. I want space to breathe. This is what people are lacking. Under all of that, you know, life is beautiful and you're thankful to be a part of it. This isn't all to be taken so seriously either. We're in this constant flow of just general life, and eventually it will just fade out. Right now, I guess I'm just wasting time. I'm talking to you, but I actually want to be outside, seeing the trees blow in the wind and how it all swirls together in this infinite fucking beauty of existence. I just spoke my mind, I guess. Mushrooms, in a nutshell, they get you thinking about your general life. There is no bad to come out of this experience. Yes, I might be losing touch with the structure of society, but in general, I don't think there's anything to really lose touch with. I'm just sit here now with this loony. Society will make it as though you fucked up. I'm just exploring reality, and that's what I want to do. Our society makes people want to show our best. It's weird. I really don't like the world that we've built, because it makes everyone want to be like they've got something to show. You don't need anything to show. You just need to be. People judging everyone all the time. It doesn't matter. You're just thrown into this matrix. No one chose to fucking be here. Your choice how you want to deal with that, as long as you're not really hurting anybody. Everyone judging you can all fuck off. The room's just faded in and out of brightness, and it's just so beautiful. I think I'm just gonna sit here and observe this. This room is very still and it's just flowing and it feels great. Silence is such a weird thing. I'm just seeing spiral, sacred geometry. Psychedelics bring this ultimate beauty. I just never want it to end. But it's not like you're just fucked up. It's like you're just observing reality, and it's just bizarre. Yes, you can do that when you're sober, but the way that society society programs you to always be thinking about what's next. A sober mind, I'm sure, is absolutely fine. But what psychedelics do is they decondition you. They help to bring you back to your primal and what actually exists. This whole experience, there's the spiritual work, which is trying to ground yourself and become present. And then there's all this shit that is just overflowing into that. I can't stress the set and setting enough. If the set and setting, even 1 fucking percent, even a minuscule point of a percent, gets in the way of the psychedelic experience, don't do it. Not really. Because that can just be a lot to deal with. People going in and out of the house, a dog, maybe any children, that's all fine. But if you actually want to center yourself, all of this stuff that's going on, it's all content, it's all just singing energy, all the physical shit, that's all that anyone's about. It's so bizarre. Everyone gets lost in the physical. You can partake in that, but it's not really a good idea to accumulate loads of baggage. You don't need loads of shit going on in this external world. It's not good because the first few hours I was thinking about, I gotta get a lift later, and then I got fucking work tomorrow. You don't want any of this shit going around in your head. But the relief from all of this, I think for me at least, is being outside. You want to get your shit on and you want to go. This stupid fucking camera, I cannot believe that. I'll just be talking for like 2 minutes. I hit the wrong fucking button. This midnight gospel. This is exactly what you want to be seeing when you're on psychedelics. It's just this like infinite flow of shit that's been designed for beauty. It's all the bigger picture stuff. If you're ever trying to get anywhere in your life, which generally speaking most people are, this is the best tool. Become present. The present moment is the most powerful thing because there's all this bullshit going around in your mind, general life, like money. It doesn't matter where you are in life. But amidst all of that, you wonder, what can I do? The best thing you can do is become present. The present moment leaves the past in the past. It will just present you your options. There is so much betterment to do, and it all starts with becoming present. I don't know why nobody can do this. We're so addicted to our phones and stuff. It's so sad. The reason why people don't do this, too much for people to let go. You can't be watching TV because you struggle to face reality. You can do that and it will be alright, yeah. The only fulfillment there is with the present moment. Look at this Buddha. Brought loads of spiritual things. It's not real, Loon, it's fine. Bro, she is eyeing up this statue. Her hair's on her back. It's not real, Looney. Not real. It's okay. Good girl. See? There's nothing to fear. It's me. It's okay. Good girl. But yeah, just ultimately entails absolutely letting go of everything. And it's way too painful to people to do, so we just bury ourselves in pleasure, like food and mindless TV, which is fine, you can do that and it will probably be okay. The spiritual path is the ultimate path. It is real, and there's so much to it. It's not just some bullshit, and it will tear you apart. And to sit there in presence is fucking difficult. Some of like the hardest shit you can do is sit down and be present. Spiritual path entails a few things. Leave yourself behind. There is no self or ego to attach on to. You'll have to become present. You won't have no time for bullshit TV. Ditch all of your addictions, all of your desires, you're gonna have to set them aside. But this is what I'm looking for amongst society in that. Say like if I was looking for a girlfriend, what I look for in general is just somebody who can be present. I don't want nothing, but what I do want is people to pay attention to reality. It's no good distracting yourself because this just results in deep existential pain. It's definitely not easy. This room is so beautiful, I can't get enough of it. Oh my god. I'm just watching like Amazon Fire Stick for just presenting me with these random images. I'm literally seeing a face out, like a nose and a chin. I'm sure that's not there. I can't believe how I'm seeing faces in everything. There's faces literally everywhere. This is when I'm in my prime. I'm exploring reality in the present moment for hours, just observing reality. Even now, I'm just sat here. It's like hours and hours of meditation just coming at you. You ain't got no time to sit down for an hour, or maybe you do, but it doesn't matter because the whole thing is a meditation in itself, and the whole experience will just take your breath away. Look at my beautiful baby. You love it here, don't you? Being a little baby on a sofa. That's what she is in her prime. It's just being cozy in the living room. The potential for stuff to go down. People don't even understand the crazy connections you could have. Sit down with people, mix perspectives, have your entire ego stripped away, and it's just the most beautiful thing you've ever experienced, but people won't do it. Right now, in this state that I'm in, it would be great to sit down with somebody and just be present with this human one-on-one, but we don't do that. My beautiful. And yeah. The result of that will just be, we did. You fucking weirdo. But you're failing to see the absolute beauty and mystery of everything. You haven't got to do that all day, but it's a very good groundwork to just realize what's going on fundamentally is just pure magic. People don't want that. They want distractions. They want to bury themselves in the comfort and mindless bullshit. And that's what all of this is. Humanity just burying themselves. And then you just get these absolute miserable results. People don't know what is going on because we lack the spiritual bigger picture. This is just fuel for a mental disaster. We need a community. We need to bring each other together with love. That's what everything is. If you really strip down the core of your being to the bottom line, it's love. There's so much magic. Reality is fucking magic. Why do we all just pretend that it's not? Ultimately, I could not give a fuck about if someone wants me to go to work. I don't really give a fuck about money. Obviously I need it, but there's a bigger picture. Obviously I'll be there because of the respect and the people who are there, but we're ultimately just playing this stupid fucking game, and it's not hard to see. I'm not gonna have it really become a massive burden on my life. Regardless of what caused it, I'm not really gonna let that happen. Say if I wasn't to go into work, it's not like I'm sat here wasting my time smoking weed, watching videos. I am actually in the midst of trying to figure out my life as well. Every hour I'm constantly doing shit to try and develop my life. I'm sorry that I couldn't be there for these people, but ultimately it's because we're all asked to be in this structure. That's the failure. It's not me not turning up, it's the actual structure itself. You is a baby. I'm gonna go for a pee-pee. I'm just going upstairs for a pee. Be back in a second, hold on. Psychedelics, they just absolutely take on a form of their own. You need to go out and have a walk and like vent and talk onto a camera and shit like that, and that's when it opens up. It's not like you're waiting for something to happen. You need to take multiple steps back just so you can think about what even happened at all. You don't get enough time to grasp it. There's so much spiritual content in the psychedelic experience. You have to do this whole generalizing. You have the spiritual path, which is deep and painful, but not just that. It's also beautiful when it's amazing weather. But the life that you live now is also deep and painful. So you try and cover it up with scrolling through your timeline. So you can either cover up the pain or you can face it. And this is what the spiritual path is ultimately about. Getting rid of all of the bullshit. What are you at your core? And you'll find that you are nothing. You are just the observer of this matrix. You realize you don't know anything. You're just in a flow of energy. It will just infinitely peel back. I don't even exist. I'm just energy. It's weird. But yes, I exist, but I'm just in this energy being as consciousness. What am I? This isn't me. It's weird. It's so bizarre. If God ultimately means anything, I think everyone is God. Existence itself is God. I just got in the bath and I just sang James Blake, Friends That Break Your Heart. It's very vocal singing. I put my head in the water, held my nose, and was just being in the completeness of reality. Now I'm left with this overwhelming love. Everything is love. So there's the hard reality, and then there's the payoff. Overwhelming love. I cannot believe it. I feel the payoff for this absolutely straight away. Now that I've come down from the craziness, now I'm eating fruit and stuff, and like I have such a vast appreciation for the small things, and life is just full of flavor. People need to experience psychedelics, man. It's so detached from soul. I'm just sat here now. I can't express to you enough how much I love life. Like I'm going in the kitchen and I'm like, oh, I'll have a bowl of cereal, and I'm so excited about this bowl of cereal. People need to reconnect with this. It's so great on every level. Absolute liberation, beauty, and that's the payoff for this tremendous spiritual trials. You suffer tremendously. You're aware of the underlying suffering of existence, but then you get to enjoy life, the simple pleasures like eating. Look how beautiful this tree is, man. That's what I mean, see? Beautiful tree, beautiful fruit, going to sleep, having a nice sleep, meditating, eating good, climbing a mountain. This is what I'm all about. Absolute peace of mind, transcendence, stillness, presence, liberation. I love life so much and I cannot fathom it, and that's the payoff. You just have an amazing appreciation for all of the small things, and that's what psychedelics have done for me a lot. You appreciate the small things because that's all there is. Once you free your mind, there's nothing else to do. Yes, you might need money and shit, but ultimately the present moment defeats all problems. And really go within and question that, ponder on the present moment, because it's something that I can't get over now that I've realized. I don't mean to just eat fruit, but I'm thoroughly enjoying every essence of eating this, and this is the payoff. You appreciate the simple stuff, because simple stuff is not simple. Absolute liberation, absolute fulfillment. Even though I don't have anything according to society, I don't need anything. Please, people, if you care about what I've said here, then follow the stuff I'm doing. I'm really going to try, and it's going to be very difficult to actually try to put something together. Alright, thank you, people. I love you. I can't even express enough. You know the fucking crack. The people who want to listen will listen. The people who don't fucking want to listen, you'll just make up bullshit shit and excuses not to fucking do the work. So do your fucking shitty society, dabble in distractions, pump yourself full of drugs your whole fucking life if you want to, but that's not what I'm fucking about. It's so great. There's nothing so empowering. Trust me. Get the fuck up, man. People are so stupid. Thank you, everybody, very, very fucking much, and I will see you all later. Love. Hey people, I'm not normally a bus wanker. In order to have the trip I had yesterday, I had to sacrifice some things. It's not a good idea to trip when you have work the next day because it makes it difficult to integrate. I wish I could wake up and meditate, but I gotta be there for people. So last night was very interesting. It felt like ultimate integration. I was awake at the same time as I was asleep, I swear. It was bizarre. I was conscious and thinking a million miles an hour at the same time. It was weird. I definitely feel an afterglow. I feel a constant sense of well-being. I've had 2 trips in a row, 8 grams in 2 days of mushrooms. It feels like my brain has undergone some transformation. And this appreciation for life as a whole, it's not just pointless. With this comes happiness on the deepest level. Not happiness like I brought something, because that just fades. If you can appreciate everything, that is true happiness. You won't be happy unless you can be happy in the present, because you'll just keep going through the motions of changing emotions. So if you can't be happy now and feel satisfied with the present, then you won't ever be happy, and this is why people say money doesn't buy happiness. Obviously, I'd be very fucking happy if I had some money. But I think overall, if you don't do the deep inner work, you will still end up feeling lost. Money to me, it buys you freedom. And that's very important because I can't do the deep inner work without freedom. If you're not happy now, chances are you won't really be happy if you win the lottery. And I know it sounds absurd to anybody in my position of poverty. I haven't got shit. I have to work every fucking day in a job that has nothing to do with my life. And of course, money will make you happy now, but it will fade out. Let me explain. I had a bit of a rough patch once upon a time where I was essentially homeless for about a month. All of my values changed. The things that I was normally facing seemed like minuscule problems compared to the problems I was now facing of I didn't know where I was gonna live. And the same goes for becoming rich and having an abundance of money. You will just adapt new problems forever unless you can face your demons. Go inwards and find happiness there. This is the human condition. It's never enough. We always want more. And this is why we fucked the fucking world up. We keep looking outside, taking more and doing more, using the planet's resources more and more. We're trying to fill an infinite void. But the way to fill that void is to go within. There's nothing out here for anyone, ultimately. Go within and you realize you don't need shit. You just need your health, comfort, and the necessities. Other than that, you don't need to get this car of this particular brand. You don't need anyone, really. You're alone. All you need is the basic physical necessities. And once you get that, go within, and that is where the peace is. You don't just keep using the physical world, because there's nothing out here for anyone. So that's it. If you want true happiness, go within. Trust me, there's nothing out here. I'm really excited to get this channel going, and I know if I keep on working on it, it will manifest. Definitely. Everyone else has done it. There's nothing I can't do. This is the mindset. What do they all tell you? They're like, if you don't put the fucking work in, it's not gonna work out. People just kind of take that for granted. I did. But now I'm in the position doing exactly that, and then I'll get to the fucking top, and then I'll be saying exactly that. If you don't fucking put the work in, it's not gonna work out. I'm gonna fucking get there. Thank you very much for watching, people. That was a very great experience. So what's gonna be happening here on my channel is you're basically watching my journey of self-actualization, spirituality, awakening, self-help, self-realization, all this sort of field, and trying to help you guys, and I'm trying to build a community. But my journey's only really started to gain momentum as I started my channel, which is right now. So really, 2022 is when I really started to self-actualize. I've been on the spiritual path getting on 3 years now, but it's not until now I've really started having deep awakenings. Since I've really started to actualize my life, exercising, getting rid of all the addictions, working on myself, meditating, eating healthy, not smoking weed, really disciplining myself, and I've started using psychedelics properly, that these awakenings have completely opened up, and now my life is absolutely transforming before my eyes. This is what you're witnessing now as I'm creating this channel. So this year is going to be absolutely massive with me, and I'm going to document it. I'm running out of fucking storage. So that's it. I could honestly go on forever in this video where I'm just ranting about random things, but I gotta cut it off there. I'll have more content like this in the future. One thing I'm going to try to do is various experiments while on psychedelics. I'll have an ice bath, I'll go for a run, do the Wim Hof method, and I've got documentary series in the works. I got so many ideas. I can't wait to get it going. So
thank you super much for watching. I'll have a lot more content like this coming in the future. I'm now on another trip. I've had so many deep awakenings, and it's absolutely beyond me. The path that I'm on is just completely taking my fucking breath away. And I'm going to build something. Please, if you'd help me do that, I'll help you guys as well. I assume most of you will have like the same message as me. Thank you, people. Subscribe. All my shit is linked below.